to ask some questions. So make sure if you're able to, before you ask a question, you can state your name and just reiterate what your capstone is. So that way she kind of knows where you're coming from. And even let's say Jasmine, well, your topic is animal abuse.
No, it's not about my business.
Oh, I know, but saying even if you have a question that doesn't directly connect to your topic, you still have the freedom to ask questions. So if you want to ask yours first, I'm going to see if in Ms. Hudson's room, if there's other students, other seniors in there that would like to be a part of this.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so go ahead, Jasmine. Do you have a question? Okay, perfect.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so we went to go see the movie The Hate You Give. And in the part of the movie, she told her uncle about it, and her uncle was a police officer. And she compared it to the white and the black. Did y'all really have to learn that? Like, it's hard to explain that. I don't know how to explain it, but in the part of the movie, she asked him a question about her own kind. What would he do? He said he would do the same thing to what he do to the whites and the black. Or something like that. I can't really think. But it's something like that. It's a brain fart.
I think, if I'm not mistaken,
When they was at the house,
she asked him if he was black, how would you respond? Versus if it was a white man, how would you respond? And his answer was different.
is that like all police answers?
No, no, not necessarily. You have, and I have to tell people all the time, you have officers, black and white officers that have integrity, that act a certain way, and then you have black and white officers that also don't have integrity. So you could ask me that question, and I may say, I treat everybody the same. Whether he was black or white, it wouldn't make a difference. Whereas you may ask another female, African-American female officer that may totally disagree with what I'm saying. So it just depends. But if you ask me, is there any division in the police department when you have black and white officers? Absolutely. We are not treated the same, and don't ever let nobody make y'all think. It's to me, and this is my truth. For me, it's the black officers, it's the white officers, it's the white female officers, it's the black female officers. It's a division. Even inside the police department, that's why y'all get to see it on the street. There's a division in there too. Trust and believe.
Okay, so I read on the internet that sometimes girls are so tired of being enslaved and human trafficked that they commit crimes to become incarcerated. Is that accurate?
I'm pretty sure, I don't think that honestly, a lot of the girls that I've known that have been tired of being sex trafficking, usually a lot of them kill themselves. Trying to get arrested, I've never heard of that. I've never encountered that before. I haven't encountered a couple of girls say they tried to commit suicide before. I've also heard a couple of them say they tried to run away and get away. And of course they end up getting caught and getting beaten or whatever. That kind of thing. Then you have the ones that just get tired and they finally tell somebody. They just say, if I'm gonna be in trouble, I'm just tired. So I've never heard any of them saying that they did something to go to jail, but I can't say it's not true, because when you're tired, you do what you gotta do to get away. But they shouldn't be incarcerated, especially if they're children, they're juveniles, because you all know, that there's protection set up for women, young girls that have been sex trafficked. So you do not get charged with certain crimes. You're protected.
I got a question. So like, what was your reaction when your video went viral, and like when you got a call from your job like that you was fighting? Like, what was your reaction?
In the beginning, they didn't fire me right away because they know it would have been a riot. They would have tore Warrensville up. So when the video went viral, first of all, I didn't know it was gonna go viral. My Facebook page is private. I didn't realize that if you, my friend, you could share it and your friend could share. I didn't know that. So when I made the video, I didn't think it was gonna go viral. I was thinking it was just gonna be the few people I have on my Facebook page. I went to bed. My son woke me up and said, your video was viral. You all over Hip Hop Nation and a World Star and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not even on there. You on Twitter? I don't even have a Twitter account. He's like, to be honest, I was scared. Because I'd never experienced something like that. My heart was beating fast. All of a sudden, okay. I went back to bed. The next morning, my phone is ringing off the hook. My mother's calling like, oh my God, you all over the news. You all over CNN. They talking about you. It was news. People all over the back. I was afraid. I never experienced nothing like that before. I'm more of a behind the scenes officer. I'm that officer to come to your house and sit down and talk to you. That type of officer. I don't like being in the forefront. But I think what hurt me the most was, honestly, what hurt me the most was is that the guys in my department that I had worked with and that knew me so well that I worked for 15 years for them to turn their back on me. That almost felt like your best friend turning her back on you. I think that was the hardest part for me. When finally they fired me, to be honest, I knew it was coming. You know how you know it? I knew it was coming, I just couldn't believe it.
Was it like a reason, like why, like what was the main reason why?
They said that they fired me for sick time abuse, but I was out on workers' comp. I got hit in the police car. My car was totaled. I have a concussion now. I still have a concussion. I'm still out on workers' comp, but that was the excuse they give. But in the state of Ohio, you cannot fire somebody when they're out on workers' compensation. Any other questions?
Okay, so when your mom was talking to us, she mentioned like a while back, was it Miss Jordan that you did you try to commit suicide almost?
Yes.
Yeah. So she told us like trying to commit suicide because of what happened. And like, okay, mine passed on to depression. So like did you ever go, depression is a mental illness? Did you ever go like through a phase of depression? Like through your job or like even when you were young, like how did that make you feel? Like, did you ever go through depression?
With the thing with her, I didn't go through depression. It was just self-preservation. I wanted my mom to get better. That's why I tried to commit suicide. But after I got fired, I went to a deep, deep depression. It was dark. It was ugly. I stayed in a house. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I could barely hold my daughters. Nobody knew because I felt like I had left my family down. And I felt like nobody knew the sacrifice that I made when I spoke up. I didn't know they were gonna turn their back on me. I had people texting me saying, see, you should quit that department. But no, I'm making a difference. If I quit, I can't be in there making a difference. It was really, really rough. It got so bad my mother was gonna kick my door in. I wouldn't answer the phones. I wouldn't talk to nobody. My baby sister was calling me. Jocelyn was calling me. My husband couldn't. I had pushed him so far away that he's laying next to me, but he didn't know what I was in a deep, dark depression to the point to where I didn't want to kill myself, but I said if I don't wake up, I wouldn't care. I was 208 pounds. I was very depressed. It was a dark time in my life, and I didn't know who to call for help. I didn't know who to help me. I didn't know what to say. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. Because you know what the officer was telling me? If you'd have kept your mouth shut, you would have kept your job. But my heart was saying, but I'm going to stand up for right. I can't allow this to continue to go on. So I was very, very depressed. It was deep, dark. I did go talk to somebody. I did go seek counseling. And my family and God, the love of God helped bring me out, baby. Trust me. I'm telling you the truth. I had to hold on to every piece of faith that I had to bring me out of that. It was rough.
Okay, my topic is women's rights. Did you believe that all the consequences based off your video, do you believe it would be the same consequences if you were a man?
No, it wouldn't. They did it because I was a woman. Also in this police department, I still share the same changing facilities as the male. They didn't even give me a place to change my clothes at. I was the first and only African American female officer. I had to change in the same place with the males. Every time I would get pregnant, somebody, a supervisor would say, I can't believe this BITCH is pregnant again. Oh yeah, it's real. It got real. Oh yeah, my rights were violated in many ways. But you know what my issue was, and what I'm learning now, what I'm hoping that I teach y'all, I didn't say anything. I kept quiet. I didn't want nobody to know because I didn't want people to think I was weak. So I'm like, if I just take it and stand and just stay with it, then people won't think I'm weak, but it was wrong. That meant that I didn't pave the way for y'all rights. Because if I had stood up for myself, they would have had to give me a change of facility because it's against the law. But I had to go through all of this for y'all, and I hope y'all take advantage of this. I hope y'all stand in y'all truth. Don't ever let nobody put their foot on y'all. Do you hear me? You have a right to have a voice. I don't care who you are. You have a right to stand in your truth. You have a right to say, no, this is uncomfortable and this is not right. You have that right, but you got to utilize it. Don't make that mistake that I made. I didn't say now. 15 years I went through hell in that department. Thank God, by the grace of God, I was able to come out and still be able to stand. It almost made me lose my mind. I'm real serious, y'all. That's how serious speaking your truth is. Yes, yes, sir.
So, since you a former police officer, have you ever experienced a time where you almost went through police brutality?
Have I ever witnessed a time of what now?
Witnessed a time where you almost experienced police brutality?
I've seen it. I've stopped officers. Oh, I ain't no joke. I've stopped officers. I mean, cussed officers out. What you doing? You're not about to do that. You ain't about to do that. That's why some of them didn't like me, because they said she confrontational. No, I'm not, but you gonna treat them with respect. Just because I put you in cuffs don't mean that I have the right to disrespect you. My job is to put you in cuffs, put you under arrest, and put you in jail. My job is not to judge you. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? An officer's job is not to judge you. That is not our job. Our job is to come, effect an arrest if it has to be done, and that is it. We are not supposed to demean you. We are not supposed to degrade you or anything like that, because every last officer that y'all meet, I guarantee you, have broke the law at some time in their life, and they probably still have or are doing it. They are no better than any of y'all. We just have a job to do. That's it. So I'm letting y'all know we don't have the right to be disrespectful to y'all. But remember, to get respect, you gotta give it. You can't expect these officers to give you respect if you won't give it to them. You gotta remember that. And sometimes you gotta be the bigger person. Sometimes they do have a God complex. Sometimes they are off the hook. But don't poke the bear. You're not gonna win. If you wanna win, use this. This how you win. This how you win. Don't let them pull you out your hookup. Don't let them get you to acting crazy. You know you're not gonna win on the street. Smile. Think to yourself, oh baby, because I got the tools. Go ahead, put the cuffs on me. Be as disrespectful as you want, because I got the tools. I got your badge number. That's all I need. And I'm gonna bring the noise, so I'm gonna stand in my truth. And I'm gonna make sure that your chief and your mayor is gonna do what he's supposed to do to make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else. But you gotta make sure the content of your character is gonna defend you, because you better believe all of us wear body cams. So even if that officer is disrespectful or out of line, I'm telling you something I know. If you act up, I promise you they're gonna have the upper hand. Okay?
Could you, because that's something that some individuals have asked about, like the body cams, elaborate, since that's somewhat controversial, whether police officers should or shouldn't have them, from your perspective?
In my opinion, I think it's a good and bad. My husband's department wears them all the time. We just started, we didn't have the body cams, and we had the voice recorders. So you can't see what's going on, but you can hear with ours. He wears the body cameras. My only issue with the body cameras is that sometimes they will, if we get to fighting, it's gonna fall off. Now you can have people saying, oh, they knocked that off on purpose. He did that because he didn't want them to see, so you're doggone if you do, you're doggone if you don't. But on the flip side, it keeps you safe and me, because the video ain't gonna lie. The video ain't gonna lie. This is what's on the video. You get what I'm saying? So it has its pluses, and then it has its minus. Of course, you know, if it falls off or it malfunctions, remember, it's a machine. It can malfunction. But of course, you know us, we'll be like, no, y'all did that because y'all trying to hide something. So it has its pluses and its minuses.
So do they turn in their body cams on every time they shift over?
You have to, well, ours, we have to put them on a device. I don't know, babe, how you do.
Yeah, for the most part. After the end of the shift, you put it on a dock and it uploads. I mean, we can't do anything to it. We can't change it. We can't alter it. That stuff we can't do anything to it.
Did you always want to be a police officer?
No, I wanted to be a prosecuting attorney.
So, being a woman and being an African woman in the police department with dominantly males, and like what you was going through, and your husband being a police officer too, did you ever like express to him what you going through? Did he try to like advise you through what you was going through?
Yeah, I would go home and tell him certain things, but a lot of things I couldn't let him see how badly it was affecting me, because at the end of the day, y'all gotta remember, this is my husband. So he ain't thinking like, he thinking like I'm about to punch somebody. I done had to stop him a few times, like, I'm about to go up there and we gonna have an issue. So it was kinda hard, I had to kinda sugarcoat what I was going through. I would tell my mom in the beginning, and then she was like, all right now, so I had to stop telling her because she was getting emotional, so then I started having to carry it on my own. And that was my issue, instead of speaking out, and then when I would speak out, honestly, they'll tell you, it got worse for me. So anytime I would say this is a problem for me, they would make it harder for me. So I started saying, forget it, I'm not gonna say nothing, I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna say nah, I'm gonna deal with this, but as time went on, I started getting more bolder. I started getting to the point where, like, you're not gonna be talking to me like that. I started talking to my supervisors like that. You're not gonna talk to me like that. So then they knew she's a problem, we gotta get her up out of here.
So what would be your advice for any young African American women when it comes to
Law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
Make sure that first of all, you know your self-worth, you do the job the same way these males do. We get the job the same way the males do. I went through the same physical agility, everything that they went through. So you make sure that they respect you as such. Do y'all understand that? You do the same exact job that they do, they will respect you as such, but you have to demand it. That means that when you see something that's out of line, you gotta speak on it immediately. Keep a paper trail. Keep a paper, if there's a problem, put it on paper, type it up. This is not fair, type it up. But also make sure you can do the job. Make sure you walk in integrity. Respect, always respect yourself. A lot of times, a lot of female officers get into the departments and end up sleeping with all these male officers. That's lack of respect. I've never slept with one male officer I worked with, period. Not while I worked with, I married one a long time ago, but he was gone when we got married. You know what I'm saying? So I've never dated anybody I worked with. Remember that, y'all. Remember, I'm telling y'all, especially if you went into a predominantly male field, I'm telling you, as soon as you start messing with the men in the department, they will not respect you. I can promise you that. Anything else?
Have you ever had an encounter with someone you knew personally involved in human trafficking?
However, met somebody who was involved in human
Like,
trafficking?
have you knew somebody that you knew personally that got involved in?
Not in sex trafficking, no. But I've encountered and I've talked to a lot of women, yes.
So what are some of the symptoms of human trafficking?
Symptoms, are you talking about, what do you mean, what do they look like, or what do they?
Like what's the effect afterwards?
The effects of it, oh my God, depression, low self-esteem, drug abuse, drug addiction, you end up being an abuser. A lot of the women turn out, they wanna be the bottom bitch, and I told y'all who that was, right? The bottom bitch is the top, so that's what they're striving for. They wanna be that girl, they wanna be the one that, I ain't gotta go on the streets no more, all I do is run a house. So you end up, and a lot of them suicide. A lot of them never come back. A lot of them lose their minds. Some of them stay in sex trafficking until they die. They kill them. It's a lot of effects, and it's not good. It's really not good. It's bad. But the ones you want to act, if you ask me what a person looks like that's been sex trafficked, they look like you. 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 They look like every last one of y'all could be a victim of sex trafficking. There ain't no certain look. The only thing about them is that you will pay attention around the weekend time. Their hair is pop, their nails pop. If you see a girl that you be like, I know she's struggling, but all of a sudden she come in, her hair is nice, her nails are done, she wearing expensive shoes, and you like, this ain't, it's my girl, but they ain't got money like that. I can probably guarantee you she's probably being sex trafficked.
Are
That's
there
the
other
first thing
red
they do.
flags or triggers that they should be aware of that you could share?
That's what I'm saying. So if you got a friend that you know all of a sudden you got all this stuff, or if you got a friend that all of a sudden you used to talk to her and now you don't talk to her no more, and all she's real secretive. There's always something secret with her. She got a boyfriend that's a control freak that you ain't never met. I'm surprised ain't none of y'all, this ain't hitting home for none of y'all. Cause then when we were in there, they was like, oh shoot, you got a boyfriend that you ain't never met, but this your best friend. And he's a control freak. And you're like, what is going on? Something's not right here. If her mentality, she's changing, she done drastically changed. Something is wrong. You don't see her, you're gonna hear from her. All of a sudden she missing. You don't talk to her. When you talk to her, something wrong. She look like she been beat up. Something's going on with her. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I'm telling y'all. I already told y'all the top recruiters is y'all. It's the easiest way to recruit. Guess what? Because if you recruit her, I don't go to jail for that. You a juvenile. And what you would do is say, hey, what's up? We cool, girl. You gotta go to this party and kick it with me. You my girl. We cool like that. We gonna go kick it to this party. We gonna go in this party. Everything gonna be all good and we gonna chill. And some of us gonna smoke weed. See, I'm a realist. Now I ain't for play because I know some of y'all get smoke your little weed and drink your little drink and y'all kicking it. Hey, y'all ain't paying no attention because y'all got comfortable in this place and y'all. Hey, do you know that there are people that walk around with syringes with heroin in it that will walk up behind you and you will feel sick and they done shut you up from heroin? Or gave you something you ain't supposed to have? Or put something, you gotta taste these brownies, girl, I got some weed in them, but I also put some X in them and y'all don't know that yet. So then when I give you that ecstasy, what happens is all of a sudden you start getting hot. Now you want to come out your clothes and you don't know what's going on. And your friend over there is supposed to be your friend. She set it all up. So she's sitting back and she going to make sure she going to fade away. Now you in here half naked. And guess what they do when you get half naked? They videotaping you. You know why? Because I can use it against you. Now when you have ecstasy, you don't know what you're doing. Now you done got 3 or 4 boys that ran a train on you and you don't even know who these boys are. You can't tell who been inside of you or who happened. Then all of a sudden you wake up and now you're awake and they push this phone in front of you and show it to you and tell you you gonna do what I tell you to do. Otherwise I'll spread this everywhere. I'll spread it everywhere. Because 7 of my dudes have been all up in you. You wasn't saying no then. And then you know what happens to a lot of us? We become shameful. And once you become shameful, you will do whatever. I just don't want nobody to know. Please, I just don't want nobody to know. Don't let nobody see this. You know how many girls got caught up like that? Just like that quick. That quick. Be careful who you hang around. If y'all don't hear nothing else I say, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the lakes that you used to. Your best friends you got now, stick to those people. Hang with those people. Take care of each other. Watch out for each other. If you see something ain't right in your friend, call it out. Call it out. This is real talk. This is real talk. And if none of y'all have been sex trafficked before in this room, I guarantee you at least 4. How many in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not you 7. No, you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 16 girls in here. 5 of y'all, 6 will be approached. I promise you before y'all turn 26, 27. And y'all may not even know y'all being approached. If you're a runaway, oh, you the best target. If you're gay, you the best target, especially if your family ain't on that. You know, a lot of girls go tell y'all laughing is the truth. Y'all can giggle all y'all want to. Y'all a piece of pussy. Yeah, I know I'm serious. I'm just 100. I just keep it real. That's just who I am. Because a lot of mothers be like, if you gay, you don't come here telling me that. And the family shun them and put them in the street, especially the young men. And they prime target. That's a prime target. If you define it to your family, you are prime target. If you have mental health issues, you are prime target. If you have low self-esteem issues, you are prime target. If I'm calling your name, I'm talking to you. If you got some things in your life that make you feel bad about yourself, you are a prime target. You are a prime target, I'm telling you. If you that girl that's saying it'll never happen to me, you are the top prime target. I keep telling you, they go after the strong girls. Because that means I can put you in front of my other girls and break you to make them see what I'm talking about. And when I tell y'all don't take nothing from me, if a grown man comes in here if my husband balled his fist up and punched me square in the face right here, and I'm a fighter, I'll rumble all over this place. It is nothing that I will be able to do. Please, y'all, don't get it twisted. If a man really wants to hurt you, he can. That's why you got to use this. You can't put yourself in those kind of predicaments. You got to be smart. Use the tools I'm giving y'all. Everything I'm telling y'all, use it. You get a guy that's talking. If it's too good, sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If a dude tell me something, yeah, I just like you, girl. I want to take you to the mall and buy. Why you want to take me to the mall and buy me anything? Why am I so perfect? What is it that you start questioning? What makes me so all that? Oh no, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. That's how you need to approach it. I'm good. What makes me so pretty? You so fine. What makes me so fine that you want to do all this for me? What is it? Because y'all know ain't nothing in life for free. Y'all better believe that. Y'all better believe it. And to whom much is given, much is required. You better look at it from both sides. So if I give you a lot, I'm going to require a lot for you. So if I take you out to the store and buy you all this new stuff, I want you to do something for me. I might not tell you what it is, but it's coming. It's coming. Y'all remember that. Anything that tickle your ear to make you be like, oh, that sounds too good to be, y'all better say, Officer, jump. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I want you to come by yourself. I want you to come meet me at this thing. I want to talk to you. You better grab your girl. If you that thirsty, you gotta go. Your best friend. But why you here? I'm here because she here. I'm on her hip. If you gonna take, we gonna have to deal with both of us. Two is better than one. If it don't sound right, talk to your best friends. Talk to somebody you can. This don't sound right. If it come to you as a best friend, you need to tell her that ain't right. Something ain't right with this. Y'all got to look out for each other. Y'all hear me? I'm serious. And if you are a victim of sex trafficking, please, I am begging you, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that can help y'all. You can get out of sex trafficking. Yes, you can. And you can live a normal life. If you are a victim of domestic violence, tell somebody. Tell somebody. Don't keep it a secret. They are killing y'all. It's not no joke. These men are killing us. If you dating a woman, let me tell you, the worst domestic violence case I ever seen was between two women. A girl ran a girl over up in Country Lane. I don't know if you remember this. On Country Lane, ran her over. The girl is paralyzed. Guess how old she is? 24. She's paralyzed for the rest of her life. It's the worst domestic violence case I've ever seen in my life. She ran her over with her car. Because she was domestic violence. She was mad. She was dating somebody else. This is how real this gets. If you are a victim, if you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's calling you out your name, it need to be a done deal. You need to shut it down. You need to shut it down. You got to have standards for yourself. Did I talk to all of y'all or no? Just who all was in my last one? All of y'all was here, so y'all heard this already. So y'all know y'all queens, and we ain't got to go through this already. I already know y'all know who y'all are. I ain't got to worry about y'all. Y'all need to pass it on. Pass it on. I'm real serious, y'all. I'm serious because I'm telling you, next to y'all is probably somebody sitting next to y'all that's hurting right now. You better believe it.
I have a question because some of us may not know. When you say go talk to somebody, what if I don't know who to talk to? What type of person should I look at to go talk to them if I'm in a domestic violence situation or a human trafficking situation?
Okay, I don't know who are parents, who is real close to their parents here. Some people are not. That ain't a bad thing. If you're real close with your parents, that's the first person I would tell you to talk to. If you can't talk to your parents, tell your teachers. Guess what? Because your teachers are obligated to do something. They have to do something. Talk to a teacher that you trust. Talk to somebody you trust. Say, hey, listen, I'm going through this. I need help. I need help. Go to a police department. You ain't got to talk to a male officer. Talk to a female. Talk to somebody you trust. Listen, I want to speak. Y'all have a female officer here. I just want to sit down and talk to her. If you feel comfortable with a man, I want to talk to a male officer. Go to your principal. It's a problem. I need some help. Go. You know the person, a person that you know is going to protect you. That's who you go to. And they should be able to grab the resources to do that. I'm trying to do a hotline, y'all, soon. I'm trying my best to get a 1-800 hotline together for sex trafficking. For women that's out there and they ready to come in and they don't know how to. And they can call the 1-800 number. And I'm about to get with my mother and my sister. We're going to get a 1-800 number together.
They also do have a human trafficking hotline also.
You had a number?
A human trafficking.
Do you have a number? My sister about to try to Google it. If not, I will make sure I get it to you guys so y'all will have the human trafficking number. All right? Let me tell you something else too. If you encounter somebody that has been human trafficked, if one of your friends are involved, somebody you know, do not try to intervene on your own. These men and women are dangerous. They will kill you. I am telling you, they will hurt you. Get somebody that knows what they're doing to go with y'all. Y'all ain't equipped for this. Remember, this is a multi-million-dollar business selling women. So if you come to help your friend, and I think you a threat, I'm going to take you out. Be careful. Be careful. Y'all make sure y'all get somebody to go with y'all and do the things that needs to be done. But tell somebody. I'm begging y'all, tell somebody. Did you find a number?
Yeah. On the same token, what about domestic violence? When you see one of your friends and they're involved in domestic violence, should you get involved with that, or how should you handle that?
Okay, now see, honestly, you shouldn't get involved. Now we gonna keep this 100, right, y'all? We good here, right? I'm not gonna tell you that if I see a dude jumping on her, that I'm not gonna get involved. That if I'm there, I'm not gonna tell you if I see a dude jumping on her, I'm not gonna get involved. But I'm smart too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get him off of her, and then I'm gonna tell her, we need to go to the police. Now you done got me involved. And if you don't want to go, I need to back up off of you something, because now I've gotten myself involved in something. Now you see listen, you need to leave him alone, or I can't be around y'all. I can't be around that kind of environment because you're my friend. I can't watch my friend in good sign get beat. So if you know your friend is a victim of domestic violence, maybe you need to pull them to the side and say, listen, I love you. I love the grind. I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you die, because that's what's going to happen. I don't want to see you die. I need you to live. I need you to live, but as your friend, you put me in a bad situation because I want to help you. Do you hear me? That's what I'm talking about. So no, you shouldn't really get involved. Call for help if you can go get help. If he beating her like that, if it's in school, open the doors. Hey, I need some help. Start screaming, fire, help, 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 help. Screaming, help. Y'all start hollering help. And then sit down with her and tell her she's better than that. Because if your friend is a victim of domestic violence and that's really your true friend, you a victim too. Because we carry our friends' problems with us, trust me.
And if you're in the place where it's taking place, you can call the police and tell them some domestic violence is happening. He's beating her. And even if she doesn't want to press charges, the police can press charges. So you can call the police also and say, he's beating her up and domestic violence is happening. The police has to respond, and they will see, and they can lock him up. Even though she may not want to press charges, the police can press the charges because they saw.
Other thing I tell women all the time, if you are dating a male that's violent, and you get that feeling that something's gonna go on, take your cell phone. I have a home phone. I don't know how many of y'all have home phones. Because if you call the police from 911 for your home phone, you know your address will come up. That's the best part about having a home phone. That's the only reason why I have one. So if something going on in my house, I can grab my phone, call the 911, and take the phone, throw it up under the bed. Because if 911 comes in, every police officer has to respond. Even if you don't pick the phone up, we got to respond because you call 911. But on your cell phones, y'all know that it's tracked everywhere. I think CCOMs get the 911 call. Now you're talking to CCOMs and they asking you where you at. Now you have friended you. I don't know where I'm at. And that's the reason why a lot of women or problems going on, we don't show up. We don't know where you are. So I need. Yeah, you didn't know that. We don't know where you are. So you got officers going all over the place. They cannot track your cell phone like that. So now that y'all know, so if you call the police from your phone, you have to give them an address. Even if it gets so bad, you slide your phone and say, my address is such and such. My address is, just keep screaming your address out. Just keep saying it, because you're on a tape line. Even if it means my dispatch got to stop and rewind and we'll find out where you are. Okay?
So as we were discussing over here, just to make sure everyone's aware that there's an option though with your cell phone where you can click it. So that way, if let's say like you're in a situation where you're not able to make a call, so
You still gotta say that.
You keep clicking your power button.
You can hold it.
Yeah, but it's not.
did that multiple
Yes,
times.
but it's not going to give your location.
Okay.
It will not give your. That's my thing.
It takes time.
It takes a
time
long.
for them to be able to track
but is
you
that
down
still
to
something?
figure out
It's
where you
better
are.
to do that than nothing at all if
Yeah.
you're in a situation.
Yeah, you can. I mean, even if your phone's off, you can call 911. Even if your phone is cut off, you can still call 911. My thing was, a lot of people think when they call 911, we know where you are. No, we do not. We have no idea. And yes, we can track it, but a lot of times it takes time. Not only that, it just sometimes gives us a general location to where you are. It will not tell me this is exactly where you are. So that was just a little bit of knowledge so you guys will know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people thought you call 911, we could GPS you. No, we can't.
It take like time, like minutes.
Baby, it could take It takes time. Like time, like it could take up to 15 to 20 minutes for us to even find out where your general location is, and it's still it just depends on what's going on. So y'all, please remember that. Please remember that. If y'all feel like something gonna go wrong, text one of your friends. Always let somebody know where you are. Y'all understand me? I don't care, your best friend, your roller. This where I'm gonna be at. So if something ever go wrong, you know where I'm at. You gotta have one person that rock with you like that. They can know where you at all times. So if something go wrong, you can say, this is where she was, because if she would have left, she would have told me. All right?
You want the number?
Oh yeah, the number. Go ahead, give it to him.
You can look it up too. It's 1